The last several weeks, Luke has been building a consistent message about Jesus. Luke wants us to understand that Jesus is the center of our life. Taking a look back will help make this message clear. In the 22nd week of ordinary time, Luke told us everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted. On the 23rd Sunday, Luke explains Jesus saying, "Whoever does not carry his own cross, and come after me cannot be my disciple." On the 24th Sunday, Luke shares there will be great joy in heaven when one sinner repents. And last Sunday, as you recall, Luke told us that you can't have two masters. You cannot serve both God and mammon. Jesus' messages through Luke leads us to today's gospel. The rich man clearly did not hear the Lord's calling. He did not hear Jesus' message, and Jesus was not the center of his life. God through Luke has given us the answers to the test. Each Sunday, Luke has been sharing with us what it means and how we are to be followers and disciples of Jesus Christ, the Good Shepherd. Today, Luke shares with us a story of a rich man and Lazarus. The rich man's sins were not his wealth or how he became wealthy, but that he was so self-centered and only sees himself was his sins. He accomplished everything, and he has no need and no knowledge of God in his life. He didn't think of anything. God didn't give him any talents, no gifts. He did it all himself. He's the man. He feasts magnificently on his wealth. You get the picture. He has no need for God. What's interesting about this gospel is the rich man is never called by name. Not once is his name mentioned. He is known as the rich man throughout the parable. Lazarus is called by name several times in the gospel, so I reflected on the dramatic difference, and here's a thought I'd like to share. In John, the 14th verse, Jesus said, "I am the good shepherd. I know my own, and my own know me." The rich man, by his behaviors, clearly did not know Jesus, so Jesus did not know him. Therefore, he is the rich man and has no name in this parable. He didn't humble himself. He did not pick up his own cross. He was the one that everyone in heaven was praying for to repent, and he did not serve God. He served himself. The rich man was so self-centered, he was still trying to call the shots after his death and judgment. Have Lazarus cool my tongue. Send Lazarus to my father's house. Abraham tells him it's too late. There's a great chasm between them. Jesus then shares, if they won't listen to Moses, the prophets of the Old Testament, the miracles of the Old Testament, why would they listen to someone who rises from the dead, foreshadowing his own death and resurrection? Jesus is telling us we need to open the door to our hearts and let him in. He cannot open our hearts. We must do that. My sheep know me. And I know them. Today we know that Jesus is risen from the dead, and he is the center of our life. We listen to his word. We pick up our cross each day. Strive to be humble in his service, and commit to serving God, not mammon. Jesus invites us to his feast, to his banquet table. He sees us all. He knows our hurts, our sores, our bruises. He knows our life struggles. We are welcome at his table to receive the greatest gift. The gift of his very body and blood. Jesus has wide open arms to embrace his sheep, the sheep he wants to know by name.